For months, astronomers have been tracking a silent traveler gliding through our solar system, an interstellar visitor unlike anything humanity has ever seen. Known as 3I Atlas, it arrived from beyond the Milky Way, crossing the cold, endless gulf of interstellar space, untouched by any star's warmth for eons. At first, it was just a faint dot moving against the backdrop of distant stars, but soon, it became clear this was no ordinary visitor. As 3I Atlas approached its closest pass to the Sun, telescopes around the world recorded an anomaly so strange that even the most skeptical scientists were left speechless. Its light changed unexpectedly, its structure seemed to shift subtly, and then it did something no natural object had ever been observed doing. The world watched, unsure whether to marvel or fear what it was witnessing. Everything began when Spain's 2-meter twin telescope captured 159 exposures of 3I Atlas as it approached solar conjunction, the precise moment when it would pass behind the Sun from Earth's perspective. What those images revealed was nothing short of impossible: a thin jet of material shooting directly toward the Sun. Comets, as we know, release dust and gas that the solar wind pushes outward, forming a tail always pointing away from the star. This, however, was reversed, a counter-tail, defying every known principle of solar physics. Hubble and Hawaii's KEK Observatory confirmed the anomaly. The tail's diffuse glow extended sunward, moving against the solar wind. Some researchers speculated that the material might resist radiation pressure, perhaps composed of exotic elements or alloys unknown to science. Others proposed a more radical theory: the tail wasn't natural, but an emission or exhaust from a controlled mechanism within the object itself. As more data poured in, astronomers realized this was no ordinary body. Its mass and gravitational measurements didn't match its trajectory. In simple terms, it moved as if lighter than it appeared. Its rotation was unusually slow, completing one full spin every 16 hours, a speed that should have torn a normal rock or ice body apart. Yet, 3I Atlas remained perfectly intact. Some scientists proposed it might be hollow, a metallic shell rather than a solid object, an idea supported by subtle fluctuations in its reflected brightness. Spectral analysis revealed unusually high levels of nickel and iron, along with traces of cyanide compounds, rare even in interstellar dust. These characteristics suggested something far beyond natural formation. The debate erupted: could 3I Atlas be artificial? Or was it an entirely new type of interstellar object governed by physics we have yet to discover? To make sense of the mystery, Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb and his team introduced a groundbreaking metric: the Object of Extraterrestrial Probability Scale, or OEP, inspired by the Torino scale used for asteroid threats. Level 0 represents fully natural objects, while level 10 would indicate confirmed extraterrestrial technology with global consequences. 3I Atlas was rated level 4, an object with multiple persistent anomalies and no natural explanation. In other words, a 40% probability it wasn't natural, enough to send shockwaves through the scientific community and the public alike. Then, just as attention peaked, 3I Atlas vanished. Not destroyed, but hidden behind the Sun during conjunction. For several weeks, it was invisible to telescopes, a cosmic curtain drawn across the most mysterious performance in modern astronomy. Observatories went silent. NASA's funding delays and Europe's temporary data embargo left the public with nothing but speculation. Simulations predicted that when it re-emerged, its trajectory would bring it near Jupiter's orbit, dangerously close to several probes, including ESA's JWST mission and NASA's Europa Clipper. Scientists speculated that if the object's tail interacted with these missions, we might finally obtain direct material or observe electromagnetic phenomena never before recorded. 6 weeks later, the moment the world had been waiting for arrived. As 3I Atlas emerged from behind the Sun, it did not fade as comets usually do. Instead, it brightened dramatically. Its albedo, the measure of reflected light, had increased by nearly 400%. Infrared readings showed no rise in temperature. Somehow, the object was regulating its heat, absorbing and emitting energy in perfectly balanced cycles. The anti-correlated jet was gone, replaced by a thin, pulsating beam of ultraviolet radiation extending sideways into deep space, steady and rhythmic like a heartbeat. Observatories recorded the pattern, a pulse every 247 seconds. Data scientists at the European Southern Observatory and MIT applied advanced frequency analysis and discovered something astonishing. The pulses corresponded to prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and so on. A universal signature, the simplest way an intelligent civilization might announce its presence. The revelation divided the scientific community. NASA urged caution, suggesting rotational dynamics as a possible cause. Avi Loeb disagreed. For him, this was no longer a natural event, it was a message. Observatories from Japan to Chile independently verified the signals. 3I Atlas was not debris. It was a system, responding, broadcasting, and perhaps even listening. The James Webb Space Telescope was redirected for hyperspectral imaging. What it captured stunned the world. Beneath the reflective surface lay a lattice-like framework of hexagonal plates, perfectly aligned with the rotation axis. Spectroscopy suggested active control, as if the object could manipulate light and energy in real time. The structure was composed of a nickel-titanium alloy with atomic purity far beyond natural limits. 3I Atlas wasn't just unusual, it was engineered. Then, unprecedentedly, the ultraviolet pulses ceased for 12 hours. At exactly 217 UTC, the object altered its trajectory, 0.09 degrees, with acceleration far beyond any natural mechanism. Its new path led it toward the outer solar system, aligned with its inbound trajectory as if returning home. It emitted a final ultraviolet pulse lasting exactly 13 minutes and 37 seconds. Analysis revealed a fractal structure of repeating hexagons, containing the golden ratio of 1.618, a pattern evident in nautilus shells, spiral galaxies, and biological growth. It was a signature encoded into light itself, responding to observers, evolving with each interaction. Avi Loeb updated the OEP scale to level 9, just one step below confirmed extraterrestrial technology. His conclusion: the object demonstrated controlled propulsion, deliberate emissions, and information symmetry. The odds of this being natural were effectively zero. 3I Atlas may not have carried a pilot, but it transmitted the signature of an intelligence far older and more advanced than anything humanity has encountered. Then, on September 21, a spike in cosmic microwave background noise, the faint echo of the Big Bang itself, matched the signal's frequency ratios. And just like that, 3I Atlas disappeared beyond the helipause, leaving only the encoded data behind. A cosmic message, deliberate and sophisticated, a proof that the universe isn't silent. Perhaps we were never meant to find it. Perhaps it found us. And now, the question remains. When, or if, it returns, will we be ready to understand it?